Dr. Sully here, and I know lots of coaches love to run midline as a double option. Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. I know. I've dealt with it now for decades with coaches. And when I learned midline back in the 90s, we were taught to run it against a three technique and a backside action key. Back in the day, they used to say a three and an A gap player or three and a one. I mean, whatever. But it's a three technique and a backside action key. And I kind of thought that was weird because we wanted to run against everything, but you understand why later. Because you need those two people to be in their exact gaps, because if not, it's harder to run. So for my coaches out there that love to run midline as a double option, this is why it's not a good idea, and this is why the academies don't do it. By the way, last year, Air Force ran midline as a double option, I think a whole 3 times the whole year. So Army, Navy combined, I think it was about 2 times a game. Regardless, if you ran against a triple stack, this is what would happen. It's going to take some work. So what happens here is the center would make a back call. He would get his left knee through the crotch of the zero, left hand to the stomach, forwards, northbound steps. The guard would get his right knee in the crotch, right hand to the stomach, forwards, northbound steps. Now, I get this question all the time. Wouldn't you just base the zero and have him cut off the will? I mean, you can do that, but if you can't have movement on him, it's kind of a wasted play. Really, it's the older you get, the more you realize it's a wasted play unless this guy comes down and takes the dive. And the longer you do it, the more you'll realize it. The guard's going to end up on the mic, left knee, left hand, forwards, northbound steps. Tackle's going to sprint behind the guard and then block the spine of the backside guard. The tackle's going to fan out. He's going to fan out at number 2, getting his helmet to the left, right hand on him, and drive him out of bounds. Receiver's going to crack the safety because it's not a flank play and he doesn't need to block the corner. Backside receiver cuts off. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The A-back's got to step outside the read and block the mic to the overhang to the free. Now, a triple stack's a 2-mic defense. So he's going to step outside the read. Tackle's going to clear. He's going to step outside the read. He's going to block the mic. And really, in this case, overhang. This guy would have to do something crazy, but he has the mic. He's going to lead through same progression. Mic, there's no overhang to the free safety. So you get 2 on the safety. Now, the quarterback, take the snap, jump in the backside A gap, point the ball. The B-back would sprint through the ball, sprint through the play side hip of the guard, sprint through the end zone. If number 1 took the B, the quarterback would replace him and score. Here's the issue. If they easy stunted, which means this guy right here blitzed inside between the guard tackle gap, I got news for you. Now you got to read him because you can't account for him because he's got the A-backs out leveraged. So then basically you jump back, you point the ball. So if either of these 2 guys took the B back, you replace and score. And then what's got to happen is this guy becomes a C-gap player and he'll get blocked by the A-back, and that's that. That's why mid-lead and all midline double variations, that's why the academies run it against a 3 technique and a backside action key. Yeah, they might be able to run it against a 0 and a 4-eye, and they back call the 0, and they read the 4-eye, or they base the 0, cut him off, and read the 4-eye. But as soon as you start trying to run it against everything, it becomes problematic. For that reason alone. Because that's a lot of work for a play you think is that simple. And I used to be like you when I was young and dumb and I don't know. I'm like, why can't we run against everything? Because you need defensive cooperation to make mid-double work. You need a 3 and a backside action key. And for those of you who run this offense the way it's currently run, where you run zone dive and kick and zone option, you don't see 4-man fronts a whole lot. You're going to see gap 8, 7 diamond. Heck, you would see goal line fronts because people are so worried about you running the zone dive in high school. My clients don't get even fronts. If they do, it's a blessing because like 4 guys down on the line of scrimmage, come on. So, I mean, at the high school level, that's what they see. College, all they see anymore is some type of 5-2 variation. When you watch Army, Navy, Air Force play this year, you're going to see zero techniques and 4 eyes, zero techniques and 3 techs, zero techniques and 4s. You're going to see 50 defenses. That's what they get now. Because they're trying to kill the center. And that's because they found that that's the fastest way to beat the academies. Because if you can't move the action key, there's problems. That's why they just triple team the zero technique in Army and Air Force and let everything take care of itself. But that's how you run mid-lead versus triple stack. Okay? It's hard. I don't recommend it. The academies don't do it. But people love running midline as a double option. So that's that. Coaches, you want to win more games in 2022, give me a call. My number's on the thumbnail of this video, so is my website. Talk to you soon.